All right, y'all. Yeah, we're back. We're the fuck? The fuck are you wearing?
It makes me feel pretty. Don't judge me. I like what I like. I feel pretty.
You know, going into one thing to another, and this is a weird transition. We were about to talk about, and we're back, by the way. Sorry, we had a little smoke break. That's why I'm jumping ahead of myself. It is your boy, the Prince. That's right. You know that tall glass of 1942, chilled on the summer's day in Vegas, baby. I mean, no homo. Sorry. Yeah, you guys know what I meant. Sorry, apologies. All that weird stuff. I'm babbling. Here, Joe Bürr.
What's good? What's good? It's America's working man, Joe Bürr, and we are back. And I guess I was in the middle of story time. I was in the middle of going over some of the things that inevitably led me to East Bay Pro Wrestling to chase my dream of being a professional wrestler. But before I see the height of that, I have seen the bottom of many barrels. And the next story I'm about to tell you, the next thing we're about to jump into is my 5150 and what led to it and what kind of conspired after I turned 21. That's the magical moment. I turned 21 and I was like, let's hit the bars, bitch. And then tragedy. So
I gotta talk about my stumbling intro. All right. Only reason why I had to shout out Cal Jax because he shouted me out a while back, and I was marking out, but it came out like completely like backwards. But yeah, so now Joe Bürr. Sorry, just had to point that out there.
You're good, brother. It's all good. You do your shouts out. Shout out to Cal Jack. Good. What's up, brother? Miss you up here.
You can grab the mic if you want. Just yeah, you're supposed to be the working man.
All right, let me do it then. Damn, I'll do my own work.
That's right, baby. You're a jobber.
So after court, after all of that kind of got resolved, I turned 21, and I was off felony probation, and my relationship had exploded, and I was on my own, and I was dealing with being alone, being depressed, and really just trying to find a way to connect with people, and I went into bars, man. I started drinking heavier. I was going out. I was like, yeah, man, I'm going to live my best life and, bar hop and go do this. And, it was nice. It was fun, man. I enjoyed it. I made a lot of good friends. I've met some amazing people. I've had some very interesting encounters in this small little town called Redlands, at a place called The Vault, which is a bar that I would later go on to DJ at, and we'll tap into that in a second. But I just went on drinking, man. I was drinking so much to a point where I actually brought my best friend with me, and he was my DD, and I was teaching him to drive, not while drinking, no, but I needed somebody to take me to the bar so I can drink and they can drive me, and I could be safe. And during the day, I would show him how, I was teaching him how to drive, and then he would be my DD, and he would, take the opportunity because he wanted to get as much time behind the wheel before his test. So, I helped teach him.
How old was he?
He's about a year older than me. So,
You were teaching him how to drive?
Yeah, well, I was lucky, man. I saved up the money and I paid for driving lessons, and I got my license by the time I was 15 in high school. So, that's kind of, and for those wondering, like, how did he get around to the raves and how did he do all this stuff? I had a car when I was 15. Don't give a 15-year-old a fucking car. Don't. No. Take the bus. I'll pick you up and drop you off, but no, don't get the amount of mischief I got into, man. That's how I got around. That's how I was doing all these things, going from club to club, and going out to LA and doing stuff like that. In my mischievous years of high school, and that pattern of drug abuse would continue to follow me, and the pattern of addiction. Drinking is one outlet that I found very, very fun. And I fucking loved it, man. I'll throw me back a Miller 32, baby. We're talking High Life, the champagne of beers. That's Joe Bürr's drink of choice, and it's got to be in a 32. All right, I'm going to just say it right there. So, that or a PBR. Let me tell you something. Joe Bürr likes his beer the way he likes his women. Tall, blonde, and cheap. I got a couple more zingers, but I see your frustration.
I left the prince speechless.
No. The prince is never speechless. Let's put that to rest right now. Oh, yes. Holy crap, did you go to the bottom of the barrel with that one? Whew.
No, that's not even the bottom yet.
What?
No.
Inbreeding?
No, drink is still reserve. Get yourself a couple quarters, bro. Get yourself a tall can of Steel Reserve or MD 2020. You get yourself a little dollar shot. You chase, and I was drinking a lot, man. Like the moment I turned 21, it was on. I had access to this thing, and I was drinking the Fianza bags. You fucking slap the wine bag, bro. Like, partying all the time, man.
Bro, you put a new definition to white boy wasted. Bro, you wasn't trying to get white boy wasted. You was trying to get socialite slutty.
Yeah.
Like, for real. You was, like, trying to get out there to get, like, rammed through by life in general at that point, bro. What the fuck? Like, okay, you know what? Here. Monkey. Purell, if you find any. Fuck you, bitch. Alright, continue with the story.
All right, so I found my way to this bar, and I'm working temp jobs back and forth, and I became a powder coat painter through sheer luck of the draw. It was an entry level position. I mentioned this because this is something that's like really weird, and I did a lot of interesting work through temp agencies. I've been a ditch digger. And this is like while I'm looking for jobs. I'm still in family probation. Like ditch digger, ripping out weeds through temp agencies and doing just interesting, weird warehouse work on top of like, just one time I got hired to clean out a U-Haul storage. It doesn't matter. I'm high. I'm going to divert away from that. It doesn't fucking matter. We're going to cut that in post.
Probably not.
So I'm working, right? And I find this job that's actually steady.
You remind me of like an attractively nerdy woman, but like from,
bro,
that would probably be working right now at L&L.
Bro,
like somebody's tia that would be working at L&L.
Bro, if you think the homie's cute, just say the homie's cute, bro.
No,
you don't gotta be afraid, bro. Just say it, bro.
That's not my point. No,
Thank you. I'm flattered.
I'm
blushing, bro.
Dale. Jesus Christ. Not what I meant.
So I found myself drinking a lot, right? And I found myself getting in with a different crowd of people. And within that crowd of people, we're all about the same age group, man. And where there's beer and fun being had, occasional drugs make their way into your lives, and and I experimented with cocaine, and I experimented with painkillers and alcohol. And if for anybody who knows, that's the Widowmaker Combo. Don't ever do that shit, because it'll fucking kill you.
Oh yeah.
By the skin of my teeth, again, I mentioned, I make it in life. That's just kind of how it's always kind of been, and more so, sometimes it's life, sometimes it's it's my fault. I do it to myself, and these are, you either learn the lesson or you repeat the cycle. So, always try to keep learning. And one of the things is in my drinking, I found myself in a toxic relationship on and off, and it wasn't the best for me. And just to kind of go to pass over this real quick, I don't care to talk about this one too much. It's a relationship that exploded, and I lost my cool. I'd been drinking all day, and to the point where I'm blacking in and out I'm frustrated. I'm yelling at people I love, people I care about, my best friend. I'm fucking angry at him, and I don't even fucking know why. And I'm losing my shit. I drank so much, and so many feelings just flustered me, and I gave myself an alcohol-induced psychosis. I've lost my mind drinking, and I almost fought a cop during this time. Like, I was fucking arguing and yelling with a cop, and my friends were trying to get me into the car, saying, "No, he's drunk. We'll take care of him, officer. Please don't." I almost got into a fight, bumping into somebody. "You wanna go?" But I don't remember a lot of these things because, well, I'm blacking in and out of a lot of them. But my friends recant the stories to me, and they filled me in, and I pieced together that night. And one thing I remember more so than anything, the night I lost my mind over drinking, was that I looked my friend in the face and I told him, if I don't get help tonight, I'm gonna kill myself. And I meant it. And my best friend looks me in the face. He hugs me. And he tells me he's gonna help me. And he's going to get me the help that I need, and that I'm not going to die tonight. So he takes me to a behavioral psych ward, right? We're waiting in the lobby. Friends are texting me. They're telling me, "Hey, we still care about you. Just know, we want you to feel better." Things like that. I'm still kind of not in the right headspace. My best friend sat with me for majority of the night in the fucking waiting room, and he even followed me as far back as he could. Once I got called into the back, I sat down with a psychiatrist, and she just gave me an evaluation, and I checked all the boxes. She was going over certain things, and he's just like, "Yeah, well, we think we should transfer you over to a holding ward, and we can get you we can have you in containment, and essentially it's a 5150, and that's what they were giving me. And I stood up, I went for the door, I rattled the door handle, and it was locked. Now I'm feeling froggy, and I'm anxious because I don't want to go to a psych ward, and I feel like my back is against the wall. It's against a door that's locked, but I'm trapped. I see two orderlies coming down from the hall. They have the needle. I have the psychiatrist who's talking to me. I have my best friend who's standing right there next to the doctor saying, like, "Dude, calm down. It's going to be okay." And the door behind me actually beeps and opens up. And I move forward a little, I move forward out of the way to the door, and it's the paramedics. They're there to transfer me to the facility. I feel so out of my depth, and I feel so froggy, and I'm like anxious, and I'm like, I don't want to get put down with the needle. I also don't want to do this. So I was bargaining at this point. This was happening whether I liked it or not. I checked in, and they were like, "Nah, you're not checking out. You're going for this ride, brother. Like, you're already up at the top of the roller coaster, and there's no coming down from here. We're not stopping." Psychiatrist said I had two options: take the needle and they sedate me, or I get into the ambulance willingly, and then they just transfer me. So I took the path of least resistance, and I wasn't about to fight the guys, and I was like, all right, well then I'll just go in the ambulance. They make me get on the stretcher. They tie my hands up because I'm a risk. I'm in holding for. I'm in the back. They take me to the psych ward, right? And I'm in like a holding. There's not enough room upstairs for them to actually get me a bed. So they have me on a bed kind of in a hallway, right? So this is what you get with under-budgeted hospitals where there's not enough space or room and things like that. Hospital bed in the hallway is where I was. And I had a babysitter with me. His job was to make sure that I don't hurt myself, that I don't do anything that's gonna, hurt myself. Literally what he was there for. He's my babysitter. So I'm talking to him and I'm telling him my story.
How old are you by this time?
21. I'm 21. This is a couple weeks before my 22nd birthday. So I'm talking to my babysitter, and we talked about a lot of things, but I'm just going to fast forward to the thing that still stays with me to this very day. He looks at me. He asks me, he's like, do you know why we're here? Like, as human beings, do you know why we're here? Why we exist? I look at him and I'm like, I shrug my head. No, I have no idea why I'm here. And I'm cynic about it. I tell him, I didn't even ask to be here. I don't want this. He looks at me and he goes, think about it like this. We're here to learn. Our job is to learn as much as we can about this world and pass it on. That is our job. That is what we're here for. We collect information, we pass it along, and it stays alive. That is who we are as a species. Stays with me every single day. Some days when I don't know my place and I don't know where I am in the world and the world feels big and I feel small, I just remember that we are here to learn, brother. No matter what we do in this life, learn something. You know? It's deep, huh? Yeah. I see. Look at the prince.
Oh no, hell no! My contacts are drying.
The prince is in tears over
the contacts
this.
are drying. Hey, Lover Boy, can you please go get the royal glasses in the royal chambers?
He said no. He said no.
Go get them.
He said no.
Continue. But it's the context. My contacts, damn it.
Yeah, man. You know, that was a really introspective moment for me in life right there. And then after that, you know, I remember that morning, all my friends came to visit me. I was allowed one visitor at a time. Every single one of them was waiting in the ER. They came to see me, and it was nice to see that there were people who cared about me and people who loved me, because when you're dealing with what I learned that I was dealing with, it's hard. I was diagnosed bipolar 2 by a psychiatrist. Now, what that means, for those who don't know, because there's bipolar 1 and there's bipolar 2. Bipolar 1 is much more unstable, and bipolar 2 is more so manic episodes and depressive episodes. I go in a flux. This is how my emotions roll. It's always been like that, and it's very common to have addictive behavior along with, you know, impulsive, adrenaline seeking, drinking, gambling, things like that are very common with behaviors like this. You know, I get super hyped up and super excited. I don't know, you know, and then I get super low and sad. So, and what I mean sad, I mean like depressed, and I mean like I'll lay in bed for days, bro. You know, I won't go to school. I won't do anything, you know. Or I have the manic episodes where I'm cleaning in the middle of it's 4 a.m. I'm cleaning. I'm taking apart radios. I'm doing tweaker behavior, but this is just my synapses firing in my brain like this, and it's always been like this. So the doctor gives me the diagnosis. So now the thing that's been the invisible hand that's been moving things in my life, the lack of emotional intelligence that I had at the time, I am now confronting the first of many challenges of being mentally, you know,
different.
It's mentally different, you know, mentally ill, you know. This is the first of many battles, but I'll say this: it was enlightening because now my demon has a face. Now there's a name behind it. I could Google it. I could look it and see. I could look it in the face and see it, like the list of symptoms that come with everything. So now I know what to look for.
But what was your reaction
at that time?
That news? Yeah,
I rejected it. I rejected it instantly. I was like, no, it doesn't make sense. You know, I was back and forth, and you know, at the time, man, they finally took me up to my room, and they moved me, and you know, this is when I started getting more sessions with the counselors and stuff, and we were.
Hold on, time out. I gotta actually say this. We haven't even gotten to the Rick Luxury part yet. So damn. Sit back and Yeah, let's just keep rolling, baby. Keep rolling.
I'll try to go through these stories a little
No,
faster, a little, you know.
Do you, man?
You know, let's where do I just leave off at? You know, friends, family coming to visit me. I'm dealing with being bipolar. I'm trying to figure out, you know, what is next in life. And you know, this is when they take me upstairs and I get more time with the counselors, and they give me a bed, and I'm stuck there. I'm stuck there for 72 hours. I'm stuck. I can't go anywhere. I'm on hold. They have me on watch. You know, it was kind of akin to jail, but this had more it's as if it was like a giant playroom. The chairs seemed like they were something out of a kindergarten classroom, very soft edges and very heavy, so you can't throw them, but you can move them, you can push them, right? All the phones were disconnected because they don't want you to have wires. The toilet seat, all the metal bars, you know, the thing you would flush, right? Whenever, you know, it's like had a metal box around it. Because you don't want to, you know, it was a very surreal experience going through this, you know, and this is my second time what feels like being in, you know, this felt like being in jail, but different, you know. This was more so like, you know, they were just watching me to make sure I don't hurt myself, you know. They made me take my gauges out in my ears. I remember being very upset about that because they're like, you can't have any jewelry or anything because then you could swallow it, or you can. It's literally just, you know, it's the babysitting. It's me sitting there, you know, and just I'm at the will of whatever it is they want me to do, you know. And I hated it, but at the same time, they were trying to help me, and I was resisting it at the time. Eventually, this would come to pass, and I would get out. Mind you, you know, I've broken my mom's heart several times. This is another time that did it. She couldn't stand it. My brother wouldn't talk to me. You know, I was always different, man. I always fucked up a lot. This is one of those moments that this fuck up was necessary for me to actually understand myself and actually learn and grow from this. Because over the following years, I would go to understand that, you know, I can control my bipolar, and I've actually, you know, just touch base on that real quick, that I've been on meds for about 4 years now, and it's actually balanced out my life. But I rejected meds initially when they tried to give them to me. I was like, no, they make me feel this, they make me feel that, no, I don't want to do this. So I started medicating with weed, self-medicating. But, you know, I was also doing other things, and, you know, I found my way into prescription pills. And let me tell you, man, prescription pills, they're fucking dangerous. Heed my warning when I say that they're so fucking good, but they will ruin your fucking life. That's the cost. I found that one out real fast.
Can you touch on it?
Yeah. I was looking for different crutches. I was looking for something else, you know. You move from alcohol to coke to weed, beer. You go from crutch to crutch, trying to numb whatever's inside, you know, whatever's inside of you, and that's what it was for me, you know. And eventually I found, you know, somebody gave me something. I was like, well, what's this? And they're like, oh, it's a Tylenol 3, man. You know, don't worry, this is a little codeine in there, you know? So, you know, I take one. I'm like, all right, well, what the fuck? And like, it just, you know, float me out a little bit. I'll take another, right? And I like this feeling. You know? Floating underwater. Feeling like time's passing you by. And I found myself chasing that for so long, and it ruined my fucking life. I never shot anything up, but I've done morphine in pill form. At a certain point, I stopped taking the pills, and I started snorting them, promethazine, codeine, oxtails, you know, whatever I could find, whatever I could get, you know. I was stealing money on my mom's purse for this shit. Am I proud of it? No. I'm embarrassed. But you know what? I'm not that person anymore. I learned from that. That shit ruined my life, bro. I would go on binges. I'd be gone from my house for months, weeks at a time, whatever it was in between, you know. And I get text messages back and forth from my brother, and he'd be like, hey, WrestleMania's coming up this week. Hey, you know, if you want to come through this weekend, you know, come through. And I would. And I take a shower and I eat. My parents, we sit at the TV and fucking glued to the couch because they don't know when they're going to see me again. Because I would just take off after. Back to another binge, bro. Back to the streets. You know, my brother hit me up. Hey, Survivor Series, bro. Come through, man. You know, hey, we're going to play Yu-Gi-Oh, bro. Like, we're, you know, it's like bringing us back, you know. Wrestling always brought me back to my family no matter what addiction I had. Wrestling brought me back to my family. My brother, I'd be out there in the streets. My mom would not know if I'm alive or not. And my brother would let me know that the pay-per-view's coming up. And he would fill me in on the stories, and he would send me the recaps, and he wanted me back in his life. He wanted me back in my family's life. And wrestling just brought me back. I'm gonna say it 1,000 fucking times. It was the glue that held my family together. Every low I've experienced, wrestling was there in the shadows. But this is when it really started to be there for me.
Who's your mom's favorite wrestler?
She loved Triple H. She thought it was cute.
I bet. Hey, shut your bitch ass up. Shut your bitch ass up back there. Shut your bitch ass up. You heard me.
I know it gets really dark for a second, and this is where we really tap into the wrestling. Wrestling brought me back to my family. Wrestling was the glue that saved me from the bottom of the barrel.
So you were basically homeless for a second?
I would bounce back and forth. I'd be couch surfing from party house to party house. So it wasn't like being homeless as much. It was like being a crust punk and just like, you know, I'm crashing on your couch, but I also brought some fucking oxys with us. So, you know, I'm contributing. Like, you know, that's, you know, where I was, bro. Just... Oh, there we go. Oh, I just had it here because, you know, you're talking. But that's what it was, you know. It's just back and forth from party house to party house, doing drugs, getting lost, staying away.
Could you snack on something less?
The mic's not going to pick it up.
I swear, if it does, that's 2.
Loverboy Leo is having a crunchy snack, and I don't think they can hear it. We'll find out in post. So this is where wrestling it peeks its head back into my life, where I've hit the lowest of the low. I'm doing prescription pills. I'm addicted. I'm stealing money on my mama's purse. I'm pawning shit. Like I'm on some fiend behavior, bro. My friends and family don't know what to do.
My hair just stands up like that naturally, but bro, I am still like, just keep going, keep rolling. Don't stop.
So during these binges, and this feels like a lot of repetition, but it's like during these binges, you know, my brother would text me about the pay-per-views and stuff, and I would come back, and I'll never forget, man. You know, it'd be nice to be there with my mom again, my dad again. You know, they'd see me, they'd be like, "Damn, you're getting skinny. Damn, you're getting fat." Like I come back and flux in weight. You know, they could tell, like they knew I was doing dirt, but they didn't know what to do. But they knew that wrestling was the best time to look forward to. So that's when my mom would make my favorite meals, and you know, we would stay on the couch till like 4 a.m. talking, and she didn't want to go to sleep because she did not know when I was going to take off again, and then breaking my mother's heart again. I love that woman. I love her so much. And all the mistakes I've ever made, everything I do in the ring is to show my parents that I came out better. Pro wrestling took me there. I eventually got sober. I stopped doing drugs. I stopped drinking. I gave it all up. I started smoking weed, and I started spending more time at home. I went back to my family. They took me back. I would smoke weed with my brother. We'd watch wrestling. I'd play Yu-Gi-Oh. I tapped into the person that I really should have been, which is just like a a nerdy dude who loves anime and, you know, enjoys movies and enjoys cinematography in the way, you know, and I should have been this person, but all of these things, you know, all of these decisions and choices and drugs and everything just fucking threw me off, man. It ruined my life for a good portion. And weed helped a lot. Cannabis helped me stay away from the opiates, because the thing is, it satisfied that half of me that was looking for something. It's still a crutch to this day. I'll admit it. I'll say it, because I work in cannabis now. I've ended up loving cannabis so much for my recovery from painkillers that it actually became a career when I moved up here to the Bay Area. I'm a bud tender. I'm a bud tender of 2 years now, man, and I'm experienced, and I've seen flowers come and go, and I'm with the genetics and terpenes, and, you know, I love it so much because it kept me away from script pills. It gave me something to lean on when I needed to get away from this thing that was literally killing me. And more specifically, I'll tap on, it's like, I officially quit doing painkillers when I found out Mac Miller died. Broke my fucking heart. Broke my fucking heart. It was at that moment I was like, yeah, nah, I was already having those introspective thoughts, but when I seen that, and I was like, they fucking took an angel from us. It broke my heart. I love Mac Miller's music. It hurts so much. To this day, I still go back and watch the NPR Tiny Desk, which, go watch Mac Miller's NPR Tiny Desk. It's fucking beautiful. I gave it all up, and I started smoking, and my love for electronic dance music came back, and I said, fuck it, I'm gonna be a DJ.
I gotta look a little bit like a fuck person since we're talking about, you know. Yeah.
I had decided that I was going to be a DJ, and I was going to spin house music, 4 on the floor beats, man, and I fucking loved it. And I practiced, and I wanted to get on the big stage. I wanted to be...
We got to thank the weed.
Really though. Cannabis is what did it, man. It got me away from the script pills and that feeling.
It might be like soon. You know what? I think we need... Isn't it OSHA mandate for another smoke break?
Yep. That's about that time.
Alright.
When we come back from our smoke break, we're going to talk about Bürr's life in DJ Stoic. We're going to talk about how that became a name, how the philosophy is interesting, and I didn't know anything about it beforehand. What else? Yeah, we'll talk about my time being a DJ and how this is how I became head of sound at East Bay Pro Wrestling. And lighting. I do all the AV stuff. Right. And this is where it starts.
Ooh, you already know. I know. That was I know, inappropriate, but it's only cider, okay? Stop being weird. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're back. We had to take a smoke break. Pretty heavy smoke break. And, you know, this is usually around the time when the prince says something stupid and ignoramus. Like no lie, you kind of look like my tia. Not the cool one, but the one that turned into a lesbian. Yeah, you look like my lesbian tia. Yeah, but anyways, okay. Well, at least I got him to laugh. Fuck, I'll take that as a win. Shit.
I'm just looking at you. I'm like, you just look like an XL Mario. So I don't know what you want from me.
Bruh. All right. All right, you know, I'm not, okay. All right, I got you. Anyways, we're back. It's your boy, the Prince. Yes, I am high off my ass. That was like the whole, you know, you guys knew from the beginning. We're back, and we're back here with the guy himself, Joe Bürr. Woo! Bro, you took us on a pretty big roller coaster so far. Like, for real. I mean, hold on. Because every time you speak, my heart skips a beat. Not, I you're making me nervous here, man. Like, fuck. That's a hell of a life. I mean,
that's me up until 22.
22. And how old are you right now?
27.
27. Fuck. Damn, Tia Licha, you young as fuck. You've been 27 for the past 35 years. I'm just saying.
I feel old as fuck. Like my hips pop, my knees pop.
Oh.
Check engine light is on.
I gotta go to the chiropractor and get an alignment or something. Tell them to rotate the tires and.
Oh. All right, bruh. So we was about to talk about the legendary, the phenomenal, the immortal DJ Stockton. No.
I am not DJ Stockton. How dare you?
I have all my teeth.
Damn. All right. Yo, for once, it's not the Prince making people go, holy fuck. You know what? Here. We're back on the ride. Nobody want to hear from me.
We're back.
And I'll be drinking my cider.
We're back.
In solidarity of not drinking cider.
We're
Appropriate thinking motherfuckers.
we are back, and
And yes, I'm wearing glasses.
feel free to chime in and ask some questions, brother. I'm rolling here,
Bro, okay.
and this is
I do got a couple.
Yeah, here,
So,
let's take a break and answer some questions.
Well, okay. Yeah, let's take a little bit of a.
It's been story time, and I don't mind telling my story, man.
It's cool, bro. Hey, tell your story.
Been through some times, man, and I think it really defines who I am in the ring, and that's why I feel it's important to tell this story.
Okay. You know what? But it's funny. We might even want to release this part out of all of them first. Okay. Let's play a funny game. All right. It's a game that I've played with a lot of the guys. Hell, I even just played this game with DLA. We're gonna play that word association game. Okay.
Oh, I've seen this. Okay.
So I'm gonna call out some names, and you're gonna come up with the first word that comes to mind. Okay.
All right.
All right. Monkey, give me a beat. All right. No beat.
I thought you said monkey. I was like Caesar from Planet of the Apes. Oh.
Okay. Shawn Michaels.
Broken jaws. Even though he's never broken anybody's jaw that I'm aware of, but I'm just like, I just remember being a kid thinking like, damn, he broke his fucking jaw. That's sweet shit music. But like, I just remember popping so much thinking like, oh my god, like Mortal Kombat. Just you get the X-ray, it just wow. Broken jaw.
Markomania. The suspense is killing me at this point.
It bothers me that it's only one word and I can't say so many more.
You already did with the first one, so just go. Fucking idiot. No wonder, man. You know what? Just go. Just go.
True. What I mean by that is he's a true person. He's one of those people that made me feel comfortable about myself, about my sexuality, and who I am as a person when I came to East Bay Pro Wrestling. That means a lot, considering that we know what the industry is, has been, and can be. It ain't easy. But when you got people like Markomania pushing full queer, pushing these events, representation matters. I don't care how many people get upset, bro. Like, it matters so much to the kids growing up. Like, we need to be able to see ourselves on the screen. We need to be able to see ourselves on the stage. You know, we need these stories. It's how we grow. And Marco is such a talented performer. I've learned so much from him. I keep my eyes on him and a few of the other performers and the wrestlers and the managers and
hold on, I have to.
I'm like tangenting, but I'm like nah. It's more like I keep my eye on him when we're practicing, because you don't earn all that gold by just sitting around. You earn it. He's a champion with Fabricio, man. Like they hold it down. NPR is a fucking force to be reckoned with. People don't see it, and they're about to. NorCal's about to wake the fuck up. I support both of them so much because they've taught me so much. It's a marvel to me that Marco is making waves the way he is, and we all come together, and I get to be a part of that in a way, and I'm happy to be there, man, because this is history right here. I know I tangent a lot, and I'm not trying to. It's really just because I'm stoned, and we're gonna try and keep it on track.
All right.
The word association game. It's more like the word association worm, train of thought.
All right, Maynard Skinner.
Tough.
Okay, we're gonna leave it at tough. Rick Luxury.
Mentor.
Okay. Serza.
Next.
Ooh, Cocky Johnson.
Where has he been?
West Coast Pro.
Ring Crew.
East Bay Pro.
Home.
All right. And at the bottom of the list, like always, my bottom bitch boy, the Monkey.
The Monkey?
Damn it.
Oh, you mean Loverboy Leo. Well, I think Loverboy Leo.
Oh, he said I. He said I, so that's just the one word. That was the word. Thanks for playing, buddy.
He's lovely.
You know what? That was so touching. I say this from the bottom of my heart. No, for real.
Real quick.
Okay, no, hold on. I gotta say this before you, because we're gonna go down the rabbit hole.
Let's go to the bottom of your heart first.
Okay, yeah, the bottom of my heart. From seriously, the whole touching moment, what just happened. Honestly, especially for what you just said. Fuck you both, royally. This is why we smoke a lot of weed. You get the. All right, now you can go.
Okay, so when I meant by Serza next, Serza is hopefully my next opponent. Because here's the thing. I know a lot of people don't remember, but, I remember. And during a specific match, he interrupted me while my parents were on stage. So just know, when I say next, I mean that you are next.
Did he beat you in front of your mommy and daddy? Well, did he spank you in front of them? Tell them that's how you discipline a child. Wait. I'm not done yet. All right, I'm done.
Yeah, you are.
Here you go.
Yeah, you are. Now, where were we? No, we touched base on that already.
Okay, we were just still playing the word association game.
Then give me some words to associate.
All right.
Associate.
All right, we just got done. That was the last one. Damn. All right. Woo. Well, you know what, man? All right, let's just stick on this route. Oh, damn. Okay. Oh shit. Who is your favorite wrestler of all time? Growing up watching, who did you idolize? I mean, I kind of want to start talking about the wrestling at this point. So, but okay, so we'll start. Your favorite wrestler?
Well, we've been working towards my favorite wrestler. My favorite wrestler growing up as a kid, I really, really loved Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero is one of the greats. We can all agree unanimously. This is something that is never ever debated. He's one of the best to do it. the greatest to ever do it. And I'll tell you one thing, and I'm gonna tap back onto my answer about Marco, is that representation matters. And when you see a light-skinned Latino and you see yourself, like, I was light-skinned, man. Like, I was, I got bullied as a kid at one point because I was told I wasn't Mexican, because I wasn't dark. Like, I was told it had to be a certain way. But Eddie Guerrero was one of those representative characters that showed me that you can be, and that people are just assholes, And I loved him, man. He was great. I idolized him, I go back and I watch all his old matches. He's got a good one with Dean Malenko way back when, and it's one of the many wrestlers that I go back and study tapes on. I'll throw a second in there because it's really hard to pick between these two, but I love Owen Hart. Owen Hart's my absolute favorite. Bret Hart is up there, but I love the King of Hearts, and it is what it is. I go back and I study his tapes a lot. He's smooth, and everything with the Hart Foundation is really, where I'm at. Like, it's too hard to pick one, bro. Like, I'm gonna just say it. Like, it's just too many great wrestlers out there, man, and even locally, and even indie, and even super indie. Like,
all right, what was your? Okay, here's one. I just want to know your thoughts. Like,
What's up?
My on wrestling, but you could whatever. It's just your thoughts. What about Chris Benoit?
Chris Benoit was one of my favorites. I loved him so much. I had an action figure. I had the For Real shirt with the crosshair on the back, bro. Like, he was my absolute favorite. He was the wrestler to me that looked like the action figure in my hand. Like he's just, he's big, stocky, but he was short, and it showed me that, like, hey, small guys can go. And he's a great mat wrestler, and my favorite match to go back and watch is any match with him and Kurt Angle, because they just get down, man. They flow, and it's so good to watch. And even though I've seen it 100 times, I'm still at the edge of my seat because I smoke weed and I forget sometimes, so I can go back and rewatch matches and be like it's the first time again. It's got its benefits. So, I love Chris Benoit. He's another one of the wrestlers I go back and study tape. I try to find, the gems in between and try to ask around, but he's up there. And that further just reaffirms that, it's like we have to take care of each other. We have to work together, and we have to, build a better system, because the system failed him, And it is what it is, man. I can't really speak too much more on it because, I was a kid and I grew up, and then I studied his tapes.
All right. Damn, bro, we just go down rabbit holes at this point. You know what? This is like Bugs Bunny. Call me Elmer Fudd. I'm hunting down wabbits.
If you haven't figured it out yet, this is what it's like to have a conversation with me in general. Is I'll latch onto one thing and we'll just go and ping pong back and forth, and it'll go different places, dude. I can, conversation can start over here and we can end up in Albuquerque.
All right, see, he's already doing it. He's just doing it to like prove a point.
Albuquerque.
Albuquerque. Oh my goodness, what the hell? Okay, all right, sticking with wrestling. Damn, we haven't even got to the point. We're still on the DJ one. Okay, so before we even get to the DJ, before we even get to how you like came up here, started wrestling, wanted to wrestle, all that crazy stuff. Whew. Yeah, I know, right? Okay. Oh, shit. No, what? I think we do have to go back down that route. Okay, fine. DJ Stoic.
DJ Stoic. Here,
all right.
Gloss over this one real quick, more so or less. We'll gloss over it. So I had become sober, and I had decided that I wanted to start DJing for my love of EDM music. And I loved house music, Chicago house beats, lo-fi house, you name it, man. We're bumping, we're vibing. I loved it. It made me feel at peace. I'd smoke weed and get lost in the music, man. That's really what it was about for me, and I enjoyed it so much that I, started going to open mics at bars, and I eventually tapped in with the manager of the bar, and he's like, hey man, you're getting a little better every week. How would you think about doing a Friday or Saturday, man? I was like, holy shit, are you serious, man? Like, you want to put me on a Friday or Saturday? I was like, all right. So I got dedicated. I put the time in. I bought better equipment. And my parents saw me investing and turning my life around at this point. And this, I was never a kid. I was never gonna go to college, man. That's just the truth. Like, I was, trying to get better jobs, and one of the things I realized is like, hey, you know, being a forklift driver is actually, you know, a pretty easy way to not hurt your back and still get paid good money. So I got forklift certified so I could buy DJ equipment. I got tired of lugging around heavy boxes, and I eventually got somebody who got me certified.
Are you OSHA safe?
I am OSHA safe. I do still have a photocopy of my certificate from 2005. My certificate. So it goes way back, but you know, I picked up a trade so I could do another thing, and I dedicated all my time to the music, and I eventually found myself working weekends and DJing, and it was really the only income I had at the time. I wasn't really, you know, working or anything. Just kind of bumming around. I was just at home, you know, trying to figure things out, and my parents gave me time to do that. And I got really good at it, and eventually I clicked up with some people in Los Angeles, and I eventually played, you know, a couple nightclubs there, and it was really cool, man. And in this, I found my sobriety, and I found peace, and I found a piece of myself that was really, you know, really helped make me who I am today. And I fell in love in a small town, and you know, eventually we moved up here, and one of the things is I wanted to pursue DJing still, and I wanted to pursue a career in cannabis because the Bay Area has some of the best cannabis. It's an unrenowned fact, and I don't care what anybody says. You know, there's some good weed out here. So you know, I came to do that, and I found myself, you know, dealing with my bipolar 2 ruining my relationship. And so I actually went ahead and I got therapy. Like I took the time, I got the therapy, and
you know what, man? I gotta give you a lot of props for that. Not a lot of guys would do that. You know, like all bullshit aside, this whole whatever, all that aside, I really do gotta give you a lot of props on that one, bro. That is some you know, one, tough shit to have to confront. 2, to even like just go look finding the help. That's amazing. And you know what to say to bless me, bless us with like saying it here, bro. All this aside, everything aside, yeah, give you a lot of props, bro. Like, you know, it's inspirational not only to myself, I'm pretty sure to my brother Leo. Yeah, like that's how serious I am right now. So yeah, bro, that's just I feel it. So continue on.
It was necessary because I had moved
away. I still think you ain't shit though. Like if you ever stood up to me, you know what? Never mind.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Let me clock back in here. Let me finish up right here. You know, I got therapy, man. I moved up here. So the thing was, is like I moved up here, and I was so far away from home, so out of my depth. I'd never been up here before. I said fuck it on a whim. I was like, you know, with my girl at the time, and she looked at me and I looked at her, and I was like, she was leaving, and she asked me, you want to go? So I said, fuck it. If not now, then when? There ain't nothing for me here, you know? So I transplanted. We packed our things in a U-Haul. We moved up here. I touched base in Walnut Creek when I first got here. I was at Walnut Creek. Oh yeah, and it was nice.
I mean this.
And I enjoyed it.
I mean this.
And that was my first year. Sir. That was my first year up here in the Bay. It was at Walnut Creek, and you know, my relationship at the time wasn't going so well, and you know, my Bible.
You lived in Walnut Creek?
But yeah, I lived in Walnut Creek.
Fuck you.
Technically Contra Costa, but you know, if you want to get specific, you know. My bipolar 2 was rearing its head again, and I couldn't control it, and it was ruining my relationship. So I sought out therapy because it is not a woman's job to fix a man. I'm gonna say that one more time. It is not a woman's job to fix a man. I had to go do it on my own. It's what you have to do. You really have to work on yourself, and it's so much easier said than done, seeking out help and doing the things. But you know what, you know, you have to, because here's the thing: it's not your fault, but it's your responsibility. And that's one thing I learned about my bipolar. it's not my fault I'm this way, but it is my responsibility to maintain it, take care of it, bro, so I can do what I need to.
Damn, bro.
You know, this is how, and this plays into wrestling because this is how I actually am able to function as a human being. Like, once I got on my meds and I started stabilizing my mood, I felt focused, I felt driven. I'm like, damn, is this what normal people feel like? Like, is this just people just wake up and just be like this, like normal? Like, it's not a flurry or a roller coaster of emotions taking you everywhere, from screaming to crying to yelling to fucking to, you know, to the edge of the world, to the center, you know, whatever. Like, it's, now this is just how normal people wake up. And I was like, holy shit. And I found clarity in that. And with clarity, I found stability. And with stability, I found myself living by myself the next year in downtown Oakland. And I started working for a delivery service. And around that time, I came across an old newspaper that said, Hood Slam in Oakland, Metro Opera House. I was working at a thrift store at the time in Oakland, out of the closet thrift store. Spent a year there. And I came across this newspaper, right? So I'm taking my meds, I'm taking my veggies, my vitamins, I'm saying my prayers, brother. And I come across this newspaper that somebody donated so we can wrap glass with, and it is an article for Hood Slam. And I was like, oh shit, man, there's wrestling up here? All right. I was excited. I was like, damn, I just didn't know, and now I knew, and now I saw, and I went to a show, and my first show was Entertainia, which is very sweet, because fast forward a year later, after COVID, Entertainia, we were all there.
I don't know of what you speak.
We were all there. So
talking about the video with Choopy.
Yeah, when I met Choopy, man, and you know what? I have a video of him working Chris Bay. And it's amazing because I got to meet Chris Bay afterwards, man. And I told him, I was like, dude, I'm going to train to be a professional wrestler. And he told me, he's like, follow me on Instagram. We followed each other. And he's like, send me some tapes when you get some time, bro. And, you know, I still haven't done it yet, but I will, you know. But I can look back at that conversation when I met him at Hood Slam. And I'm like, damn, man, like, I'm going to send him my tapes and we'll talk to him. I want to get some tips from the pros and, you know, tap in. And, you know, it's such a crazy ride to go from like seeing a newspaper to actually seeing performers and you know, I say performers, but you know, to see wrestlers, you know, go at it in the ring, bro. And I loved Hood Slam it was my first taste of indie wrestling ever, you know.
Hood Slam, first Friday, March 4th. The Palace, your boy, the Prince. Whatever, that punk ass motherfucker. He's gonna be there.
He's lovely.
You gonna be there?
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. So we're already getting to wrestling. What's next?
So I tapped in and was looking for different schools.
Okay. So now we're into the school part.
Yeah. You know, mind you, I'm living in a single room occupancy in downtown Oakland. I'm living in subsidized housing. For those who don't know what that means, I live in a hotel room with a bathroom sink, and the bathrooms are shared, and it's fucking disgusting, and I hated it. But you know what? It was my slice of downtown. I worked hard for it, and you know, I lived the way I was on stamps at the time, and I was like grinding by to make it, but I still wanted to stay in the Bay Area because I knew there was something here, and that something was East Bay Pro Wrestling. I was working as a delivery driver at the time for cannabis company, and I was delivering weed and traveling around the city, and I loved it. And I found myself making a delivery in Walnut Creek, and I Googled a local school.
And that was the first one that popped up.
East Bay Pro Wrestling was the first listing that came up closest to me, so I made my way over there while I was on the clock, because let me tell you something, man. I'm going to get paid, all right? I'm going to get paid, and I'm going to get shit done. So I make my way to East Bay Pro Wrestling, and you know, I jiggle the doorknob. I open the door, and I'm like, "Hello," and you know, and I see Leon Akuza And he's like, "Hello, hey, what's up?" And I was like, I'm interested in wrestling. Like, I want to sign up. And it's just around the corner. This silken mane of silver, just flexing on me. And it's like, big old maner comes around the corner. Hey, well, how's it going? All right, so you want to be a wrestler? Come inside, sit down. He asked me who's my favorite wrestler. He asked me, I'm interested, and he tells me how much it is, and I think about it. Makes me an offer to pay half, get him on a split payment, and I appreciate that because I instantly ran outside, I called my brother, and I told him I need to borrow $250 to start wrestling, to start classes here. Will you please let me borrow this money? Please, I'm like begging you. Like, if there's anything, it's like something tells me that I need to do this. I want to hop in the ring. I want to see what it's like. And if I don't like it, I can say I tried it and did it. And my brother fronted me the money. And I started the first week of July. And I loved it. I loved every second of it. Even the times when I hated it. And my body was sore, and through all the grinding, through all the training, I loved every second of it. It felt like lightning in my veins. I tapped into something at East Bay Pro Wrestling. I tapped into myself. Rick taught me things.
When you first met Rick.
When I first met Rick.
We're going to stop right here for another quick break. And then we're going to talk about Joe Bürr meeting the trainer of champions. Wrestling personified himself. Don't ask him to read a billboard from 50 yards. He is one bad motherfucker. Rick Luxury. When we come back.